Welcome back to Big's Golf Talk right here on the Lake County Sports Network, Stitcher Radio, on the Full Gamut Radio Network. Big John Vick along with you, and our first guest out of the gate here. Holder Golf, LLC, a family-owned business, was formed back in 2013 by the CEO himself, James Holder, to provide a common-sense putting solution to what was then a future ban on the anchored putting stroke. Joining me on the line right now is the CEO of Holder Golf, James Holder. And James, tell me about your story with Holder Golf. Why did you start this company?
Actually came to design from a player's perspective. It's a little different than some of the other engineers and other guys that come to putting design. I actually used to be a pretty good, decent player. I had some tour aspirations, but I wasn't a good enough putter. I mean, for everybody, if you're not a good enough putter, you're not going to play on tour. So this was back in the 90s when all these fixes for putting started to show up. Remember Azinger started with the belly putter, and Calcavecchia started, with the claw grip and all those pencil grips with DeMarco, and all those things just started to rise up. So I was one of those guys who started experimenting with all these fixes to putting balls, and I never really got it. Then ended up kind of losing it. I decided to quit golf back in about 2003, and ended up having to get a job, which is pretty tough to do when you're a golfer all your life. So skip forward a few years, I heard about this anchored putting stroke ban that's coming forward, and realized that for so many tour players, that's going to devastate them. I mean, that's their bread and butter. That's what they live by.
Adam Scott being one of them, who won the Masters with an anchored putter.
Right, and you got a bunch of those guys, and it's just going to devastate them. Look at Keegan Bradley. Look at all these guys that are going to lose the only method by which they've ever succeeded in putting. So as a player, I started to think that problem through, and as a problem solver in business, I start at the beginning. What causes somebody to go to an anchored putting stroke? And since I was one of those guys, I kind of knew the problems that drive people to a modified grip, a modified stroke, a modified something. And I started from there, and I designed a putter that, in many cases, most people that I've encountered that use the Holder putter, those problems have been solved.
Now, let me ask you this, James, really quick. Do you have an opinion on the ban itself? Are you for it? Are you against it? I mean, knowing that you had to leave golf, and maybe that may have been one of the answers, but not anymore starting in 2016. What's your opinion about that ban?
I was kind of neutral when we first started talking about it, but the more you think about it, I kind of agree with it. It doesn't go with kind of the what encompasses a swing. And when you're anchoring it to your body, it's I can't say it's cheating, but it doesn't, the nature of the thought of what a golf swing shouldn't be anchored. So I kind of agree with the thought.
Now, I must give credit where credit's due, because Travis Harper from Golf Life TV connected us together, and I really want to give them credit because they did put you in touch with Big's Golf Talk. And
they're fantastic over there.
Yeah, those guys are great. And following this interview, we will be having the Golf Life Report, by the way, with the review of Holder Golf. So we're looking forward to that right after this interview. Now, talk about the product. What is it made of? What makes it different from any other putter out there?
Part of the problem with why people go to an anchored putting stroke or to a modified grip is really just the angles in your hands and wrists and arms, especially under pressure. Those tend to flex, and they tend to bend, and they will open or close the putter head as you come through the stroke, and anchoring them solves that problem, especially under pressure. Like I'm saying, the anchored putting stroke allows those hands, wrists, and arm muscles to stay constant through the stroke. So I started to look at that and realize that if you take a lot of those angles out of the putting stroke, if you make a putter to align your hands, wrists, and arms in a relaxed, comfortable position, it's much easier to get your hands, wrists, and arms back and through impact at a square. just using the large muscles in your arm. So my design literally puts your arms hanging in a relaxed state below your shoulder, allowing you to swing with a pendulum.
With putting, we all know that the strokes matter because the less number of putts you have, the better your score is going to be. And I've always said that probably the number one part of people's games is the short game and putting, because if you can do both of those, you're going to score well, no matter what you do off the tee and no matter what you do with approach. If you can rescue yourself around the green and have less putts on the green, you're always going to score well.
Yeah, that separates the men from the boys, as they say. You know, you look at stats throughout the PGA Tour. Everybody's pretty close together in ball striking and driving distance. It's really not that far apart. You're talking, one green in regulation separates the best ball striker with the worst ball striker. So it comes down to making 8 to 12 foot putts. That's what the whole game comes down to, is making 8 to 12 foot putts. And in a putt that distance, if you open or close your blade on the putter, even a fraction of an inch, and under pressure, that's easy to do. Even a fraction of an inch, you're going to miss the putt in a 12-foot putt.
James Holder is our guest here. He's from Holder Golf. And, James, let me ask you this question. How important is it for you to have the right-sized putter? I mean, a lot of people will go to the big box stores and buy a putter off the shelf. They just putt with it on that practice green that's got artificial turf and really doesn't give it that time to take it out on the course and really practice with it. How important is it to be fitted for a putter?
It's very important, especially if you're talking about a traditional putter. But because your angles in your hands, wrists, and arms change so dramatically for a slightly longer, slightly shorter, different loft or lie, all those things change it dramatically. But that's one of the great things about the Holder putter. Though you do need to have a proper fitting putter, because all those angles in your arms, wrists, and hands are just in a relaxed state, it's not as important.
And how can people find out more information about Holder Golf?
Our website is www.holdergolf.com. We've got videos, we've got information. You can purchase them there. We're all direct-to-consumer. We've got a money-back guarantee, 100%. If you're not satisfied, we'll even pay the shipping back, give you your money back. So you can find out more on our website.
Now, you also have a fitting guide on your website for suggested sizes for that golfer out there. Do they come in left-handed and right-handed?
Yes, sir.
There you go. You can't get any better than that, right, James?
I don't think you can.
James Holder, thank you so much. Is there any final thoughts you want people to know about Holder Golf?
Hey, we're a family-owned company. We're doing our best to help you guys make putts. That's all we do.
James Holder, thank you so much for joining us here on Biggs Golf Talk, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you.
The desire to get the eyes above the ball is the overriding principle that dictates the setup of the traditional putter. This is confusing to some and to James because your eyes don't control the putting stroke. Your arms, wrists, and hands do. So why design a putter, get your eyes in the right position, and force your arms, wrists, and hands to conform to that setup? Well, putter manufacturers can change the head all they want. They can balance it, move weight around within it, make it out of exotic materials, design high-tech inserts for it. But if the setup remains the same, your stroke will remain the same. And without a stroke change, you'll continue to have trouble making putts, whether you have a $700 putter with a famous name engraved on it or a $12 bargain bin putter. That's James Holder's philosophy. To find out more information about Holder Golf, visit www.holdergolf.com. Coming up next is the Golf Life Report with the review of Holder Golf right after this on Biggs Golf Talk.
Golf Talk for golfers on Biggs Golf Talk. Back to Big John and Dennis the Menace.
It's time for your Golf Life Report. Golf Life TV. Check them out at www.golflife.com. And here's your Golf Life Report.
This is the Golf Life Report. I'm Travis Harper. It was great hearing James Holder from Holder Golf on here earlier, so I wanted to share with you our review segment that is currently airing in our May episode of Golf Life. Here's executive producer Golf Life, Mike Billingsley, to talk about Holder golf putters.
Folks, I want to tell you about a new putter that was sent to us to review. It's a putter that actually was originally designed to address the folks out there who used belly putters or longer putters and to try to help them out with a new alternative to putting. The idea here is to get the putter head actually away from you a little bit, almost like a swinging gate type of an approach, like a chip or a pitch, that type of thing. It actually mimics the full swing. I found out that it's awesome for long putts. I was starting to drop long putts and get a feel that normally I haven't had with a lot of putters. It was just this natural feel, and I think there's a couple reasons for that. First of all, he's got a unique grip. It's got a little bit of a curve to it, and it's a square grip. And what that does is it actually sets nicely in your hands, and it forms correctly in your hands. You also have this angle so that when you drop that putter, it actually gets away from you, and you take all this turning out of the putter. So you're not turning your putter, you're actually just sliding or stroking your putter nicely. The other thing is this lightweight aluminum material allows for a very soft feel. So you can really go after the ball and you're not going to get it to just take off on you. So you can really make those touchy little shots, or on faster greens, you can really make those putts really hold. So I felt this putter has a lot of merit, and I think it's something you might want to try out. If you'll head over to holdergolf.com, he's got tons of videos there. You can learn more, and he's got a money-back guarantee, so you might give it a try.
I have to say that if I didn't see it with my own eyes, I wouldn't have believed it. But Mike was hitting long putt after long putt. I am still in shock on how well this putter was working for him.
For Dennis Jimenez, for Boxer Shorts, I'm Big John Vick. Get out and play, everybody. Until next week, take care of each other. See ya when I see you. Thanks for listening, everybody.
It's Saturday morning.